Hey everybody, you like tomatoes? I hope so, because today I'm going to be planting some tomatoes whether you like it or not. I've got a lot of my plants in this shelf that I built out of some old flooring and wire. I started the seeds indoors and made this shelf because I wanted the plants to get plenty of light even if the curtains were closed. Able to take it just like this. It would hang right in between the curtain and the window. Here I have my raised beds. Built these a few years ago. This one I put up a couple posts, 2x4s, and I just attached them to the side here. I initially had a cable. I still have it. Cable going from one to the other, but it kind of pulled them in and didn't really work out. But then there was a nice windy storm, blew this big stick down from this tree. It's probably not a good sign that this thing's dropping things like that, right? I don't know. It's a natural order of trees, maybe.
So yeah, I'm gonna take these tomatoes out to the garden, get them in the ground.
As you see, some of these tomato plants get a little weird. See, they kind of hang over, and they're very resilient though. So I don't think you have to really worry about it too much. This one actually split right here. It like creased, but you see it's doing just fine. Plant's nice and healthy. It's growing up. It's a good thing about tomatoes is you can just plant it deeper. So I'm gonna plant it halfway. Let's get started. Got a few different kinds here. I always like to plant some kind of cherry tomato, some kind of different tomato, and just a regular tomato. And I've got two here, but I'm gonna go ahead and split them up. Like I said, they're very resilient. I could probably just break these tomatoes in half at the stem and they'd be fine. But we're not gonna do that. Here we go. See, here's the one with the crease that I mentioned. It's just bending right there where it was. I'm gonna shove that down in there and only expose just a little bit of the plant. I'm even gonna curl it under there. There we go.
When you plant these plants deep, what happens is everything under the dirt is going to grow roots from it. And you can kind of see that happen at the base. Even the ones just a little bit above the dirt are trying to reach down and grab the dirt.
Give a couple little squeeze. Whole blob comes right out of there. Hey guys, if you're still watching, thanks. If you like the video, like it, subscribe. If not, leave a mean comment or whatever. Do whatever you gotta do to make yourself feel better. Um, whatever helps me help you. Whatever helps you help me. Let's help each other out. But as you see in the video, I'm currently just digging holes and planting the tomatoes. Nothing really fancy there, but you might as well see the process. There it is. I know some tomatoes say that you're going to want to plant them a certain distance apart. Um, Me, I don't really listen to that. And whenever I plant everything close together like this, it just seems like it ends up being a big booming forest of produce. It's hasn't been a bad thing the past few years with these raised beds. And maybe it's the raised beds. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but definitely has not been like that for me. So every year I end up with a bunch of tomatoes, and some end up being left out in the garden. And here's what happens. You see, they end up sprouting the next year. I end up with a bunch of volunteers. It's kind of nice. Just got to thin them out, and you end up with a nice tomato plant. Here's my planted garden so far. So yeah, you're just going to want to water these plants in. Right about now I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm going to take a little break. I hear my stomach growling. Hear that? Let me see more. And this is one of my favorite parts about gardening is when I'm hungry, I can just go in the garden, grab something to eat. I actually did a video on these radishes. If you wanted to check it out, it's my last video. It's actually my first video also. So yeah, with how much I talk about these, you'd swear I was selling them, but I'm definitely not selling these white icicle radishes. Do you like radishes? You're gonna love this. All you gotta do is plant some seeds in the ground. Be a man. Eat some radishes. Eat a fistful of radishes. You're gonna love it. Now watch me eat this radish like a man. Ooh, kind of spicy. Oh, got some bite to it. Ooh. It's good though. So now I'm going to show you what I use to support my tomato plants. I use this string, it's called jute. I just tie a little knot at the top support. I take the string and I wrap it around the bottom. And you don't want to tie it too tight down there at the bottom. You want to leave a nice little ring. And then, see, it's not super tight. You just wrap it around that plant, just like that. Thanks again for watching the video. Here's past years where I've used the same method. You can see the string. There's a cat. You can really see the string in this one. A giant tomato. Let me know if there's anything you want to see specifically in the comments. Throw in some pictures of the harvests that I've had with tomatoes. They've been pretty good. And we had some visible aurora borealis this past weekend. It was kind of nice. It was the first time I saw that. Here's some time lapses of that. The first night was awesome. We could see a lot of color. I went ahead and set up my camera for a time lapse for the next night. Wasn't getting any colors, but I think we have the International Space Station in this one. I'm not sure what that is. It's moving the opposite direction of the moon.